Hi, just a quick disclaimer. I don't know what happened to the recording, but every now and then there's gonna be a little glitchy noise. It's just so annoying. I don't know why. I don't know how it happened. Just thought I'd get you a head up, so if you see this glitch counter, it will, well, let you know how many times it glitched out. I really hope this was a one-time thing because this is an awesome microphone that they've been using for the past couple of months. Anyways, without further ado, I hope you enjoy my thoughts on Kamen Rider Agito's first episode. Enjoy! What's going on, members of Team Shout? It's everyone's favorite Galaxy Cat, Mr. Galaxy, back at again with another video. And to celebrate 20 years of Kamen Rider Agito, we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Agito. So Kamen Rider Agito has been out for nearly 20 years, and to celebrate, I decided to watch the first episode, and here are my thoughts about it. Part 1, Summary, because I talk about the show more than actually reviewing it. The show starts off on a beach in a random location, and then this kid walks up to said beach, and then finds some sort of weird looking Rubik's Cube. After turning one of the dials, the cube starts to spin a lot, and then we jump cut to a police location, I guess, where they're testing out the G3 system. Kamen Rider G3 it's actually pretty cool. This is the first secondary rider in the entire Kamen Rider franchise, if you don't count that one guy from Kamen Rider Kuga. And as a first secondary rider, he's pretty good. The suit's not like the normal transformation that we get nowadays, where you insert the item, you do the thing, and then henshin, you're a Kamen Rider now. This is a man-made Kamen Rider suit, and this was before he was called Kamen Rider G3. He's just known as the G3 system, and they had to manually put him on, and that's like cool. That's like what a realistic Kamen Rider would do. They're testing out the suit, then he takes out the helmet, gets an epic pose. Oh, so and then we jump cut to a secret laboratory where we find that the strange Tetris block is now hooked up to some security systems, implying that the government organization that has the G3 system came in and just took the Rubik's Cube out of the island. And now it's like spinning a lot, and I have no idea why. Off the gate, I should probably mention this at the beginning of the video, but this is obviously a different tone. Kamen Rider back in the day was a lot more dramatic than it is nowadays, with like lots of items and flashy effects. It was a different era back in the day, which I can respect that, and I can respect the show for doing so. We then jump cut to a high school where that man is straight up dead, launched into a tree. This is a kid's show. Hey kids, come watch Kamen Rider where we put dead people in trees. It was a different time back then. Afterwards, we then jump cut to the high school again. We're getting a lot of jump cuts for the first episode, where they talk about human X abilities. What's human X abilities? We don't know! Well, at least not yet. That's gonna come soon. Because this is episode 1 after all, they're just setting things up. Basically, it's like inhuman powers, supernatural, like a secret sixth sense. But they don't really go into that much detail until later on. In the show, that is. At least that's what I think, because I just watched 1 episode, so I don't know. Then this dude with like a helmet hairstyle comes in, he's like, hey, I'm gonna buy you dinner. He's like, okay, you paying for the night? Mm-hmm, alright then, see you later, man. And then he goes like down the steps, and there's this weird scene of like this, of like 2 people, like him, and just some random dude just walking, just down the fight. It's supposed to be dramatic, like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, because like eventually like music stops and then it's all quiet. He turns around, but nothing happens. He doesn't transform into a monster or anything. I think he might be the main villain, like in disguise, because sometimes in Japan, especially, sometimes they'll do that for the main villains. But until then, I have no idea what he is. Is he gonna be another Agito? Is he gonna be Gills? I have no idea. Oh yeah, spoilers. There's like 2 more extra Kamen Riders in this show, but the show's like 20 years old. You should know that already. Afterwards, we get a nice, wholesome moment with him and a random girl that he lives with, which we then learn that this dude's named Soichi. I really hope I got that right, I'm not butchering so hard. It turns out Soichi has amnesia. Yes, I know I probably said that wrong. And he doesn't really know what his past life is, so was he a criminal at one point? Is he some super rich dude? I don't figure no. At least not yet. And then we jump cut to some random dude underwater. Like, what? sorry, what? I'm just so confused. I know Kamen Rider was like a different show back in the day, but I'm so swirling confused. Then they cut back to them taking off the G3 system, and they're talking about how the guy got murdered into the tree. Like, it's a little bit confusing because that's like not really something a killer would do. And then we jump cut to the father like about to go to work, and then there's like a red scarf. Is that Ichigo? No, it's not Ichigo. We all wish it was Ichigo. And then we jump cut to a bunch of random crap. Like, we jump cut to, like, the people in the weird-looking Rubik's Cube. And then we jump cut to Soichi just vacuuming. And then we jump cut to a swimming match with the guy from earlier. Again, different time. I'm still confused. Probably answers in episode 2. Then we jump cut back to the house with the wife. Probably cleaned up breakfast, and then there's like a file that he's forgot to grab. And then we jump cut back to the father, and then we jump cut back to not Ichigo, but instead it's just some dudes like it's like doing a gang side, like, oh, this is a gang. It's like, you wanna fight? You wanna fight? And then we jump back to the guy to the computer, like, analysis completed. I'm sorry, am I confusing you? But that's how the episode 1 is, okay? A lot more different than X8 and Double, I tell you. Then we go back to him just vacuuming. And then noise cuts out. Like, there's no noise at all. Like, none. Like, zero noise. Gone. Disappear. It's like this. And then Soichi gets a headache, and then the swimming dude gets a headache, and I'm pretty sure the swimming dude's having a seizure since he's underwater. And then the dude that did the gang side just comes out and just grabs the man. He chokes. I'm not even joking. He literally chokes him. And we glimpse that he looks like a cat, and then he hurls him into the tree. I mean, it's implied that they hurls into a tree. And then the wife comes out and is like, yo, where my husband at? I got paper for him. Where'd it go? And then we come back to Soichi and sound is back. It turns out the vacuum was never off. And then we come back to the wife realizing that, yeah, he's dead. He's stuck in his tree. He did. Afterwards, the police come over and they are a little bit confused why both father and son were killed the same way. The first guy in the tree was the son, if it wasn't obvious enough. It took me a while. It's like, what the heck are they talking about? Like, oh yeah, that guy that died in the beginning. Like, duh. They try to interview the wife, but it's just so much to handle. I mean, completely understandable. Losing your husband and your son in one day, that is something that I don't think I can handle. So the wife runs off, and then another guy from the police station comes like, what the hell are you doing? This is obviously a murder. But G3 over here thinks it might have been an unidentified life form. And rightfully so, because I don't think I've ever heard of a killer that launches his victims into a tree. Unless your name is Groot, you can't do that. So then we go to the hospital, and the dude that was having that seizure on the water that was in Speedos is now in the hospital bed because, I mean, he probably had a heart attack on the water. And then they start to theorize that maybe he is doing too much during his training, but the coach is saying, nah, he's not doing too much to his body. There's no way that day. He's too fit. He's our top swimmer. What if he becomes another Agito? That's my theory, at least. I haven't watched the rest of the episodes. And then we come back to Soichi farming the biggest potato I have ever seen. I'm not even joking. That's like, is that even a potato? I don't know, but mash it up, put some butter on it, put some salt on it, and mwah, delicious. And then we come back to G3, and the mother is like, listen, I've got to know for what I'm sad about. Come to this location. There's something I need to show you. Then we jump cut to her at like a unknown location, somewhere in Japan, dark. And then we cut to Soichi just doing the dishes. And then we come back to the monster doing his little games. He's like, and then he comes up to the wife and snaps her neck. I'm not even joking. Kid show. And he snaps. Weird time back in the day. Weird time. Soichi's head starts ringing again like it was earlier when he was cleaning the house. The dude in the hospital has the same thing. And then we learn that it's basically a Super Saiyan version of my cat. And I'm pretty sure I was gonna kill me now. I think we're safe. So G3 comes over, finds the lady's purse, and then discovers that she's dead. I mean, seriously, that's 3 different trees with 3 different holes. How many trees are like that in Japan? You gotta be lucky to do that. It's like a 1 in a million chance of happening. Anyway, the cat dude picks him up by the shirt, and G3's like, what the hell is your intent? And he's like, bish, please. Yeets him across the room. G3 calls upon the team, asks for permission to use the G3 suit, and they're like, yes, finally, yes. Deploys bootleg Optimus Prime into his location, and while he's chasing the tiger dude, he shoots at him, and he's so powerful, and this is why I'm a Nekomata. He's so powerful that bullets disintegrate near him as he slows him down. So obvious human means mean nothing to him, and then bootleg Optimus Prime comes out of nowhere, and he gets in, then he suits up, henshin into Kamen Rider G3. This is an official henshin sequence, and it takes about 2 minutes to deploy. Probably what we all do when we cosplay. Afterwards, the employee just hands him a missile, and then the dude's like, equipping finish! So you tell me, like, the most important part of G3 is a missile? Okay then. It's not a missile, but actually a part of a motorcycle. That is so stupid! Is that like the key to the motorcycle? What am I talking about being so stupid? My favorite franchise is ones where you pulled a sword out of a belt and books open up, transforming you into like a dragon or something. Afterwards, G3 catches up to the giant Iroh that makes me terrified of my own cat, tries to attack him, but he fails, and he just, oh my sword, this cat man, he just take this, yeet, and yeets again. Basically, he whoops G3, just backhands him. So much parts gets destroyed, mainly the chest area, well that's probably where the core is at, like where the main battery's at. He beats him so much that it went from his battery went from 100% to 80%. That's not a lot of power being depleted, but that was, it's gotta be some sort of damage. And just when he's about to be destroyed, the cat dude's like, catnip? Where? Turns around and he sees the man of the hour, Kamen Rider Agito, and I just gotta say, coming after Kuga, this looks like an evolved form of Kuga. Obviously, it's not, it's a different Rhino, but I just love the way that he just single-handedly slaps him across the floor. And my favorite part is it's a subtle detail when he uses Rhino kicks. Like a big old symbol, Agito's like symbol, but a little subtle thing is that it's like his little beetle horns. He's like, and then he just kicks him, and then he's like, and wait for the explosion, and job well done. The episode ends with 2 more walking Irohs saying Agito, and then that's it. That's it. Part 2. Agito was weird. So what are my thoughts on the first episode of Kamen Rider Agito? It's interesting. Since this is like a grounded Kamen Rider show, I expected to have like a slower pacing, but it's just so slow. I've been spoiled by the Neo-Heisei and Reiwa ways of starting, because usually they like instantly, like, there's your main character, there's your writer, there's a villain, enjoy the show. This one's just so slow. We don't even see Agito until near the end of the episode. And on top of that, we don't even know who Agito is. I mean, obviously we do if you've been around Kamen Rider for a while, but as like a first time new guy who's just starting watching Kamen Rider, you're probably like, which one of these guys is Agito? Is it the dude in the hospital? Is it the dude with the haircut? Is it G3? Well, obviously it's not G3, because these guys got his butt handed to him by a giant walking Iroh. So as the first episode, it's alright. A little bit weird for my taste, but sets up the show pretty well. It's got mystery, character, and most important of all, costumes. And goddamn, that Agito suit looks amazing. It's looking like a snack. So that's my thoughts on Kamen Rider Agito. What do you guys think of Kamen Rider Agito? Is it your thing, or do you want to skip it? I recommend you guys watch it if you're new to Kamen Rider, or you want to watch every single Kamen Rider holder. In that case, I recommend you watch Kuga to get used to the pacing, and then watch Agito. Afterwards, just keep on going until you want to stop watching Kamen Rider or until you want to be an official fan. I really wanted to talk about the driver, but, you know, we don't even see Agito transform, so I'm very, very disappointed. So happy 20th anniversary, Agito, and thank you for setting a bar so high for future Kamen Riders to beat. Eventually, it got low because the new bar was set even higher thanks to the old one. Is it still a good show? Yeah, it's still a good show. I'm Miss Galaxy Cat, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, Master Team Shadow. Please never stay kind. Live life your own way. Stay safe in these trying times, and I'll see you all in the castle. I do. Chiefy's not Kamen Rider. Chiefy's not Kamen Rider. Yes, he is. He's right here. Now, secondary rider. Destroy the Agito haters.